Outlaws of Thunder Junction is here, and today we're cracking open a collector booster box to see if we can find some super pricey textured foils, or at least some cool breaking news or big score reprints, so let's get to it. Alright, let's crack this bad boy open and see if we can get some value. So this is an interesting set. It's a unique set. No serialized cards at all in Outlaws of Thunder Junction, but there are textured and raised foils, which are kind of the replacements, I think, of the serialized cards. They're really scarce and they're pretty expensive. They go 200, I think maybe up to 300 or close to $300. So those are the biggest hits. Obviously there's a lot of just like the big scorecards are good. The main set's got some valuable stuff. So there's a lot of just like $10 cards, $5 cards, $20 cards. Another round. One of the coolest cards from the set. Not one of the most valuable, but if you're doing blink stuff, this card can really do some. It's essentially trigger your ETBs X times. It is expensive, and you can also go infinite with it in some ways. Pest Infestation. Apparently a limited bomb if you're a drafter. Tower Winder. Is this card good? I saw a big debate about this card on Twitter where people were saying it was a staple and you're just playing in every deck. I don't see it. So it's a 2-mana 1/2. Reach Death Touch. When it ETBs, you get to search your library or graveyard for Command Tower. If you don't know Command Tower, it is legitimately one of the best lands in Commander. It's just a painless, fixes all your colors, but you put it in your hand. If it put it on the battlefield, I would be convinced that this was like an ultra staple in Commander. You could just play it in literally every deck. But since it goes in your hand, I'm actually skeptical. Like, I don't see myself playing it. Like if I was playing Snakes or something, but I don't think I just play it in a generic deck because it's not really ramp, right? It's card advantage, but it's not ramp. Even Interrupter, the new Spell Queller. Rakdos joins up. This card's legit scary. I want to build around this with Yargle in Standard. I feel like this plus Yargle is going to do some wild things. And then, yeah, all the lower rarity stuff. There's not really anything of note, I don't think, in the lower rarity slot that we're looking for. Come on, Mana Drain. I just want just a textured foil Mana Drain, that's all. That's all, Magic Gods, no big deal. Spire Bluff Canal. Well, out of all the fast lands, I think Spire Bluff is the most valuable. The art's kind of sweet with old-timey wagon wheels. Oko Thief of Crowds. It's not, I'm scratching it for texture. It is not textured or even foil, but Oko is, I think, still underrated in Commander. It's banned everywhere else, but it's a really good Commander card. If you think about it, people play Beast Within. This is like Sorcery Speed Beast Within, but it might stick around, and then you get to do it a bunch of times. Angel of Indemnity. I've never even seen this card. Oh, I did see this card. When ETBs, return target permanent with mana value 4 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Kind of like a weird Sun Titan with Encore. Claim Jumpa. Really good catch-up ramp for white Commander decks. Marchesa, Dealer of Death. And then the lower rarity stuff. What do you think of these lands? We see so many, they all blend together to me. I like the Outlaws of Thunder Junction basics, but we get so many that look kind of similar. It's like, hey, full art, borderless, with like, whatever, some twist from the set's, theme. They all kind of blend together. They all look kind of the same, but I do think they're cool. Ooh, special guest time. That is a Stoneforge Mystic. So this is another one of the special slots. 10 special guest cards, all reprints. Stoneforge, I think, is the best of them. This card might actually be worth quite a bit. Like, Stoneforge still sees heavy play in Modern and Legacy, coming to Arena for the first time. It's foil. Ooh, boy. And it looks nice. That is just a nice-looking Stoneforge. Nice Magic card. Well, what else do we get? Fell the Mighty. Not as valuable. Pyretic Charge. A little bit of card draw or looting. Lila. I saw a really cool Lila deck where someone was using this to plot multicolor split instants and sorcery. So you could like cast the 2-mana side of like Flotsam Jetsam, and then the next turn cast the 6-mana side for free. So that really sold me on Lila, because when I first saw Lila, I was like, this card doesn't do anything, but I think that synergy might actually make it worth building around. Stoic Sphinx, and then the Jank. All right. Well, no Mana Drain. No Mana Drain, no Archive Trap. I really want a textured foil. I just want to see how much they pop in person, but I think they're pretty scarce from what I've read. So I don't know what our odds are. Maybe we get some good wanted poster cards at least. Cruel Ultimatum. Gonna have to send this one to Krim. Krim loves his cruel ultimatums. Ooh, Archmage's Charm. All right. Looks good. Lock and load. Draw a card. Then draw a card for each other instant sorcery spell you cast this turn. Plot it for 4. It is a commander card, but still in some sort of Spellslinger deck, if you can plot this and then pop off and draw a lot of cards. 3 steps ahead. I'm actually curious. We just saw Archmage's Charm. Archmage's Charm has me convinced that the 3 steps ahead has got to be good. So like 3 steps ahead to me looks like standard legal Archmage's Charm, except it's easier to cast and it's more flexible. Is it just better Archmage's Charm? Maybe it's just better Archmage's Charm. But if Archmage's Charm, triple blue can be a modern staple, 3 steps ahead at least has to be really good in standard, right? It has to. Another round, do some blinking, and then the lower rarity stuff. Well, okay, so we haven't anything super high-end, really. This set's interesting. It's got those super high-end, like, textured foil cards, and then it's got a lot of, like, decently valuable stuff, especially, like, all the big score stuff. There's a lot of cards that are $5, $10, so I think a lot of this stuff's going to add up more than we think. Bristlebud Farmer. Foil extended from the big score. The buffest plant farmer of all time. Surgical Extraction. Oh, excited to see that on Arena, finally. Angelic Sellsword. Final Showdown. I feel like Final Showdown is busted. I keep saying that, but some people do not disagree. I feel like 6 mana instant speed Wrath with flexibility is actually like an absurd card, though. Ooh, Goldvein Hydra. Goldvein Hydra. This card's getting some hype. It's got a lot of words on it. It's never efficient at any single point on the curve, but it's always fine, right? Like, and plus, it's just got so many mechanics. Vigilance, Trample, Haste, gets a bunch of counters. When it dies, you get a bunch of trapped treasures. Also, Value-Wise solid, although that's not the most valuable version. It is just a normal version. Well, all right. Mana Drain. I feel it coming. I think this is a Mana Drain pack. I don't know why. I think my head is telling me this is the pack with the Mana Drain. Treasure Token. Or a Bruce Tarl. Why is that? These packs are weird. I don't know what this first slot is supposed to be. Is it just random extended card? Like, sometimes it's big score, sometimes it's wanted poster. Maybe it's just like a wild card slot. Primal Might. Cactus Preserve. Ooh, Nexus of Becoming. Nexus of Becoming is so cool. The big score is probably one of my favorite parts of this set. Ooh, Roxanne. You don't gotta... I don't even know the words to that song. Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night. There's so many Roxanne songs. Why? I don't think I've ever met someone named Roxanne, but I know of at least 2 popular songs named after Roxanne. So, I don't know, maybe Roxanne, maybe only musicians. Oh, God. I just dropped, well, this one's going to be interesting. I kind of just dropped, all right. I don't know how this is going to turn out. I dropped this back. Treasure, common. Ooh, Key to the Vault. Key to the Vault's cool. I just don't know if you can get in with it consistently enough for it to work, but if you do, casting stuff for free is kind of busted. Cruel Ultimatum. So many Cruel Ultimatums. Charred Grave Robber. 3 mana 3/1. When ETBs return Outlaw card from graveyard to your hand, escape it for 5 and 4 cards, and it escapes with a +1/+1 counter. Yeehaw. I mean, is that whatever. Ooh, Obeka. I don't know if that last line of text is really necessary. Obeka's cool. Extended non-foil. The most popular commander from the set. Ooh. Fomori Vault. I feel like this card's very good for artifact decks, colorless commander decks, artifact decks. So it comes into play untapped, it makes it colorless, and then you can pay 3 to discard a card. Look at the top X of your library, who X is the number of artifacts you control. Put one of those cards in your hand. So it doesn't generate card advantage, but in a deck with a lot of artifacts, it can dig pretty deep. It can almost work like a, I don't want to say tutor, but like a really big impulse, like somewhere between an impulse and a tutor. If you have a bunch of artifacts, I think you'll see playing artifact decks. Oh God, Terror of the Peaks extended foil. This is I believe, the most expensive card you can open in the main set. So Terrapeak's extended foil pushing $100 right now. And remember, these boxes are only like the boxes are only like 220, 240, something like that. So this is like half the box by itself. Yeah, that is, I think, the most valuable card we've opened by quite a bit. And I think that's just the new best Terror of the Peaks. A lot of decks want Terror of the Peaks. And yes, Terror of the Peaks is still good. I know there's some debate about that, but yes, it is still good. Cackle with Power. Ooh, Yuma Proud Protector. So this is one of the face commanders. I wonder if this is worth anything. So this is one of the face commanders, but it's extended. I wonder if the special treatment, I bet it's worth something. Transmutation font. I mean, this can cheat some big things into play if you can get a bunch of artifact tokens with different names. The artifact token with different name, or the artifact token theme of the big score is very weird. I don't know, we saw some stuff from Bloomborough that makes me think something's happening with tokens in the near future. I don't know what it's going to be. We saw like this Bloomborough promotion, and it was tokens with mana costs, which I don't know. I'm thinking something's up. I'm thinking Bloomborough, something's gonna change with tokens. We're gonna see in a couple months. All right, mana drain. Well, I mean, foil Thoughtseize. Will not complain about that. I don't think it's like textured, right? I feel like I'm always wondering, like, is this a textured foil? But I think if we hit a textured foil, we're gonna know, right? Like, it should immediately pop. But even normal foil at Thoughtseize looks nice. Pariah, Dead Before Sunrise. Archmage is new. The card that will crush a million dreams. Like, yes, if you can play this and have it live and saddle it and have it getting combat damage, it's kind of absurd. But look at that big list of things. The big list of ifs. Great Train Heist. I think that card's just actually good. And then Savage Smash, all the other stuff. Well, we got 3 more packs. 3 more packs to find our textured foil Mind Break Trap. It's got to be coming. It's got to be coming. I'm curious just how scarce the textured foils are. It might actually be very scarce. Ooh! Oh, God! Oh! Is that textured? Is that a textured erased foil? Oh my God, it is. I can feel it. I can feel it. Oh! I'm pretty sure this card is like hundreds of dollars. Vaultborn Tyrant raised foil. Oh my God, I gotta look. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this card is the most expensive card you can possibly open. I'm pretty sure this is a serialized card. $360. You can feel it. You can feel it. I mean, you can also see, look how that foiling pops. Oh my God, you can feel it though. Wow. Wow, well, it's not the mana drain, but that is, I'm pretty sure, the single most expensive card that exists in Outlaws of Thunder Junction. We did it. We did it. We did it. Oh, followed by an archive trap. Smirking Spelljack. Roxanne. All she wanna do is party all night. Uncommon, I think. Hostile Investigator. Met her in the party at the hills, yeah. She just wanna do it for the thrills, yeah. Roxanne, you don't wanna go in the red lights. Turn on the red lights. All right, I'm gonna stop saying. I'm just excited we got that Vaultborn Tyrant. The win, the most expensive. Ooh, wow. Oh, no way. Wait, that's textured. I can feel it. Oh my God. This box is absurd. Textured foil. I think this has got to be like $100 too. Oh my goodness, what a box. Oh my goodness. I can feel it. You can feel it. I don't think you can see it. I mean, maybe let me see if I can catch the low. Yeah, you can see it in there. You can see the texture. Wow. Oh my goodness. After not getting any, this is like the greatest box of all time. My God. Oh, we're going to open like $1,000 box here or something. This is absurd. What a box. My goodness. Wow. Okay, I can't even get greedy. I'm sure we're going to get nothing this pack, but we've opened 2 incredibly valuable cards in a row. Wow. Okay, let's do it. Ready? Here we go. Come on, one last big hit to make the best box of all time. Primal Might. Okay. That's not one of them. Dust Bowl, sure. Vengeful Regrowth, sure. Freeze Strider Lookout, that's a good card. Pest Control, this might actually be worth something. I think Pest Control is going to see a lot of, now every phone I'm like, is it textured? I think Pest Control is going to be a staple all the way back to like vintage. So I bet this is actually pretty expensive in foil, especially since the big score sheet's just rare. Fierce Retribution, back for more. Well, greatest box of all time. I mean, I don't know. This has got to be like a $600 box or something, just because these two cards by themselves, Force of Vigor is like just under 100. This is over 350. Like, this is the card, the most expensive card that we could possibly open, and we got it in our box. So, I mean, I'll come back with a wrap up. Future said they'll be back, but wow, this box is a win. Without even knowing the prices, I know it's a win, but we'll see just how much in a minute. All right, so future Seth here. You can tell because no cowboy hat. So we're no longer on Thunder Junction. Here to wrap up this pretty amazing booster box opening. So I gotta say, this is one of the best boxes I've ever opened. We spent $230, ended up making $480 on the box. So we more than doubled up our value, which is something that essentially just never happens opening booster boxes. And that is despite the fact that I was actually aiming too high on a couple of big prices. So Vaultborn Tyrant, I was really hyped because I thought it was like $350, and it is currently $350 TCG mid. The problem is there's like no copies in stock, barely on TCG, so that price is really inflated. It turns out a more realistic price is like $130, which still means it's like the best open in the set and an amazing hit, but not quite $350. The other card I messed up was the Terror of the Peaks. I thought it was like $100, and it turns out it's the Core Set 2021 extended foil that's $100. This one's only $40, but how can you complain about opening a $40 card in a booster pack? So all around, one of the best boxes I have ever opened, and it feels especially good because our last box opening, Murders at Karlov Manor, one of the worst boxes I've ever opened. So it's nice to know we can still get some big hits and good value out of a booster box. So that brings us to the end of our opening for today. Couple of things on the way out the door. First, if you need any of these cards, like that super sweet Vaultborn Tyrant, Card Kingdom hooked us up with these boxes, so you're going to be able to snag all the cards that we open today over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. And second, if you need to sell your collection, you should check out Card Conduit. They're super good at that. Quick and easy and fast, and you don't got to do any of the sorting or any of that stuff. Check out cardconduit.com/mtggoldfish. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Looking for even more magic? Well, check out our very disappointing Murders at Karlov Manor box opening here. Or maybe the video where I bought a collection from someone who sort of slid into my DMs.